Explain to me how DeAndre Hopkins got to this point, being suspended for 6 games.
You know how it works. You go in, you take your performance enhancement test. The test comes in, and they bring you the bad news. They bring you the bad information. Not necessarily sure, what DeAndre ingested or what he took, but it's definitely, right now it's a bad look for him. It's a bad look for the NFL when one of your best players, someone of his caliber, you can now put into question his career. Now, here's what we know. Julian Edelman also tested positive for performance enhancement drugs. And when his career was over, there were people in my business that said, he should be a Hall of Famer. And so if that's any indication of what happens going forward, I think DeAndre Hopkins' legacy is fine. But to me, this definitely tarnishes what you have done on the field. And it also puts in question all of your accomplishments. Now, DeAndre Hopkins was a first-round pick. He's been good for a decade in this league. And so I believe people understand what a talent he is. But I know for any player, especially someone who believes they were doing things the right way, this is the last thing you want on your resume.
But everybody says it's an accident, Ryan. Like how does somebody of DeAndre Hopkins' stature, or even Edelman, that you get popped? Like, if you're smart enough, then you know how to sidestep this stuff, unless you've been doing it all along.
Well, I think the biggest thing is and this is what I do believe, that people believe they're smarter than they are, and you also begin to trust people that you don't. That don't know, right? Or trust people that you shouldn't. And so you're expecting that if you take a certain thing, then they'll be able to mask it, or they'll be able to get you through the test. And you also listen to people when they tell you this is undetectable. But the bottom line is, man, you do the right things, you follow the guidelines, and you'll be okay. In 13 years, was I always the best player? No. Was I always a guy who's the biggest, strongest, fastest? No. But I was always me, and I could, go to sleep at night understanding it.
When do you think the Cardinals got an idea that they were going to be, or could possibly be, without DeAndre Hopkins, and therefore making the trade with Hollywood?
Yeah, the Cardinals knew that before the weekend, obviously.
Okay.
I can't tell you exactly when, but they knew before the weekend. And I tweeted yesterday that now it makes sense. I'm sitting back. I'm watching the draft. You know what I'm saying? It's the 57th NFL draft class. I got me a little Crown Royal, and I'm watching the draft, and I say, oh, look at this. They draft, they got Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown hasn't necessarily been the guy that the Ravens expected him to be. Last year he came along a little bit. He's had touchdowns, and you give up a first and a third for him. It was kind of crazy to me. I was looking at it and didn't quite understand it. And then this news comes out, and it makes total sense. And now, after week 7, you have your two guys that can really play, and you hope you're in a position to make a run.